Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for coming to join me today on today's session. So first of all, a thank you to all the organisers that have made this magic happen so far. It's early days in May, we're only on day 4, but also already we've been reeling out the sessions, great presence on social media, and I know there's some really cool things to come as well. So I just want to check you're all in the right place in this virtual world that we live in. So today I'm going to talk about Practice Makes Perfect, rehearse your presentations with the PowerPoint Presenter Coach. So my name is Amy Holden, and I should do an introduction now, but it's going to come later. So bear with me, I've not forgotten to introduce myself. Before I start, I'd like to just introduce the code of conduct to you. There's a quick version and a less quick version, and there's a reminder for me to attend my meeting. So just to say that we are going to be harassment-free, gender equal. I'm going to let you read that yourself because I won't summarize it into justice. But if you want to read a really long version, there is also one available on the website. And before I start properly, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we are meeting. We pay our respects to the elders, past and present, and the Aboriginal elders of other communities who may be here today. Now, if you were all here in person or on a Teams meeting, I would have made you say that with me. So just be grateful for that moment. So the PowerPoint Presenter Coach, in brief, it's been brought out by Microsoft, a new feature in PowerPoint. It helps us to deliver more effective presentations. It looks at evaluating your pacing, filler words, and also things like culturally sensitive words. It often knows if you're reading the words on the slide. It's pretty clever like that. And it gives you a really nice feedback report at the end. But I could just sit here and tell you all about it, or I could just show you it in real life. So I'm going to show you here. You've got to be in an office online. And if you come to the slideshow tab, and just hit this button here called Rehearse with Coach. So that's what we're going to do. So you can see we've got the rehearsal coach in the corner, and we're just going to say, show me real-time feedback. So as I'm going to talk, you're going to hear from the man himself, or woman, not sure. And we're going to hit start rehearsing. And I guess now it's time for me to introduce myself. My name is Amy Holden. I'm a CX specialist in the Dynamics and Power Platform. I'm a proud Microsoft Most Valued Professional and a dedicated ABC Anything But Code enthusiast. It knows I'm reading the slides. So I could start talking really fast because I'm really nervous, and if I say too much, so I'm really passionate about extending and improving customer engagement. And I'm very active, and I love the Microsoft community. I really want to thank you guys for coming to see me today. You guys, yes, it's a bit offensive, but I'm going to use it anyway, but I'm going to get told not to. As you might know, I am not from Australia. I might also be referred to as a pommy, which sometimes doesn't go down well with this word, with the presenter coach. And so, yeah, it's a bit boring. So I love the helpfulness, engagement, and support I get from the Microsoft family. It's been really great to present to you. There's also some things, like if I talk about, the other day I was walking down the street and saw a policeman. Oh, there we go. That's also quite offensive. I should refer to them as police people. And that is enough of that. How painful was that? So let's have a look what the presenter coach thinks. I promise that was on purpose, and that was not on a genuine presentation. So we can look here. I did try and vary my pace, but because I went really fast and really slow, it thinks my pace is great, which I'm not too sure about. You can see that it looks at how monotone I am or not, and kind of tracks your pitch variation. The things that I really like is these sensitive phrases. So things like that you would say casually, like, hey guys, how you doing? And if you refer to gender specific things, it picks you out on it. It usually picks out pommy, but not always. It's not quite sure on that term. But anything that's like culturally sensitive, it really isn't cool with. Obviously, I've used the word quite a lot. If you say so and I did have one problem with this once where I was doing a presentation about yoga and I used the word It kept telling me off for saying the word So the rehearsal coach also doesn't like yoga as well as the word So based on this feedback, I'm going to try again. I think I need to try a little bit harder. But first, I'd like to introduce you to the second most exciting part of the presentation. And that is the competition. So the May 365 team have come together with a lot of sponsors, and you can enter the prize. You need to take out your device of choice and scan the QR code for you to take part in the competition. I feel like I've just done an advert. It feels great. And back to the show. So let's have a look at how we can do that better. And we're going to rehearse with the coach again and see if you can give me some feedback along the way as to how we can maybe improve that horrendous introduction. Because I don't feel like I've properly introduced myself to you guys yet. Oh, you guys, there you go. I've not introduced myself properly yet. So we're going to hit rehearse with coach again. Here goes. Okay, so we're going to start rehearsing. So it helps if you start with a tidier slide, but I would like to properly introduce myself now. So thank you for the organisers for letting me be here today. And despite looking like I'm fresh out of college, I have actually been doing Dynamics 365 for about 6 years now. I graduated from university and had no idea what to do with my life and thought, hey, I'll go join IBM and do business and IT. So I landed in the Microsoft, oh, there we go, he tells you off. Oh no, and then I'm being encouraged, but then it threw me off. So I was in the Dynamics 365 practice, and the love kind of came from there. So more recently, I've been moving towards Power Platform, and I'm known for a few things in the community, I think. One of those is Vegemite. I have discovered Vegemite about 1.5 years ago when I landed in Australia. And it's been a bit of a love story ever since. I more recently started to discover marketing. So now everything I post about with Dynamics marketing is Vegemite themed. I would describe myself as an ABC consultant. It's a tagline I came up with a couple of months ago, and I'm totally riding with it. More people are welcome on board as well. So ABC for me stands for anything but code. And this is thanks to my discovery of Power Automate. As I like to call it, it's PowerMate, my little PowerMate. As a functional consultant, I've never been able to write a plugin. I could if I tried, but I just have no desire to. And Power Automate really opened some amazing doors for me that led me to where I am today and will keep carrying me forwards. My story of how I ended up in this world, I moved to Australia 1.5 years ago after being in denial about moving to Australia, about being a grown-up. It was either buy a house or move to Australia. So I moved to Australia. I've had a really great 1.5 years and more recently was awarded the MVP award in business applications. And since then, it's just been such an amazing experience. And more recently also, everything happened recently. It's been a crazy few months. I also launched my website. There we go. If you've paused too long, the presenter coach will tell you off. I'm going to stop talking about myself soon. But I did recently get my very own home, a virtual home, because I couldn't quite commit to the real home. So ameyholden.com is now live. So I encourage you to go check out my new home. And I really look forward to connecting with you all in the future. Thank you for listening, and let's see what the presenter coach thinks of attempt 2. Much better. All right. So we can see here I varied Then again, my tone still isn't too great. I've still got a little bit of monotone, so I need to include more pitch. It's really nice that if you are struggling with how to help with things, there is links to say, how do you vary your pitch? Like, how do I do that? You can see how long you spent, and apparently I was very original and didn't read anything on my slides, which is fantastic. Average pace over time looks pretty good. And no sensitive phrases today, and just one little So it's really, really great. So that's the show, the main thing of the presenter coach. I want to tell you a few things though. So this report that you see right here, if I close it, it's never going to come back again. So if you want to go play with it and you want to record your results, you've got to take a screenshot for now. It's not stored anywhere. So just as a heads up. Some other things for me to tell you about. It only supports English at the moment, but I'm sure that will come with time. Only supports a single presenter as well, but again, with time, it's going to get better. Like I mentioned, you can't save your analysis or your results anywhere apart from a good old traditional screenshot. And it's not currently available on the government community cloud, but again, this will come with time. I've dropped a link in my slides for some more information about how to find out about it. And like I said earlier, you've got to be in Office 365 online. If you go into PowerPoint on your desktop, the rehearsal coach does not want to play with you. So I think that is all I've got to share with you about our delightful PowerPoint presenter coach. There's one more thing I do want to ask you. If you are at all excited by the Power Platform, we are running a Power Platform pub quiz in a few weeks. So it's actually on the 20th of May. And I know Rebecca's advertised it on the website as well. And it'd be really great if anyone's interested for you to come along to our awesome Power Platform pub quiz. And without further ado, I'm going to see if there is any questions. And I'm going to go back to this slide and see if there is any questions at all.
We do have some questions, which is nice. Do you want to stay on that slide or do you want me to show your face?
Yeah, I've got to show my face. Bring it on.
Sending you live. All right. So what have we got? Alice Drummond, you might know this person. Love the coach options. It's amazing. Do you know if PowerPoint can also auto-generate subtitles when you're presenting for accessibility?
Yes, it can. In fact, it's just here, I believe. I've never actually used it.
I'll put your screen back up so you can show people if you like.
Okay. Not 100% sure.
Flawless.
It is here. Let's see if we can turn it on. This is like a live potential car crash. Let's have a look. Below slide. Let's have a look. Are you going to show? Oh, here we go. Starting subtitles. And here is my beautiful subtitles. This is another new feature, which is also powered by AI. So that's a really great question, Alice. Thank you so much. I should have done this as well as doing my presentation, huh? But I think it's pretty cool. And by the looks of things, it supports multiple languages as well. Let's have a look. So yeah, you can, oh wow, I wish I could speak another language. So I could say I'm speaking in English, and let's see what it looks like in Chinese. I love a live play. So in theory now, I'm going to be translated into Chinese when I talk. I really hope no one can read Chinese because I have no idea what that's saying. But that is pretty cool. Yes.
That's nifty. If anyone can read Chinese and wants to tell us how bad or good that was, feel free to leave a comment because that's super cool. We've got a new question. Somebody has Ansgar has kindly dropped the links to the support stuff, which I was Googling while you were talking, and they beat me to it. So I'm very appreciative of that. Another question, this was so handy. Do you have any other PowerPoint tips you can share?
Oh, do I? There are, and I have another session towards the end of the month which is called I Didn't Know PowerPoint Could Do That. And there I will cover some more really cool PowerPoint tips and cool handy tricks that you never knew PowerPoint could do.
Nice.
So,
I want to say I remember which day your session is on, but do you remember which day your session is on? This is not a test.
the 26th of May, like that's
Sounds
ringing.
about right.
I'm going to
If
check.
people want to look for Amy's other session and you go to the sessions page on our website, you can filter by her name and find that session, which I'm hoping I have no meeting clashes. I can't remember if I'm moderating, but I'm definitely, if I can't be there live, I will be watching that video because I love PowerPoint.
I had so much fun. Well, and I've
So good.
been like, oh my God, I didn't know it could do that. Like literally saying it out loud. I'm like, oh, you've fallen for your own trick, Ames.
All right, what have we got new in the chat? It went too quickly, but I think it was correcting the translation on the fly. Thank you, Andrew O. Young, who I'm assuming knows or can read Chinese and has given us some feedback. Haha, he says. Nice. I was going to say I can speak a little Japanese, but my reading comprehension is terrible, so there's no point trying that. Got no questions at the moment. Is there anything else you want to share with the group in terms of closing comments?
I don't know. I think just I massively encourage trying it out. Like I was a bit dubious about whether it would be any good, so to speak. But actually, it's really good because it calls you out at the time that you're doing the thing you shouldn't be doing. So it helps to make you really aware of where you're going wrong. And because you're scared of the presenter coach calling you out for saying, I find myself just stopping and taking a breath instead, which is what you're meant to do. So it's actually really good to practice your anything with this. I would really, really recommend digging it out and having a play.
Nice. Anonymous has said the Chinese translation is quite accurate, which is very nice. And Emma has asked if we could show the pub quiz slide again too quick. So I'll switch to content view.
Love to. Thank you so much.
So that you can show that. And it is on our website, the link to be able to join. If you, I love doing this producer thing. I feel like, was it Mr. Universe from that show? Link to your website. That's a great question, Lindsay. I'll do that. Oh, that's actually, Lindsay, link to the M365 May website or link to Amy's website?
You can have both.
Helen has said, thank you, great presentation. I'm going to give it a go with my own presentation. Ditto, I plan to do the same. Thank you, Amy. Never knew PowerPoint could do that, which is exactly why we wanted this presentation. Lindsay, so I can find Amy's next session. All right, I'm doing it now. I'm clicking publish, 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 and I've got it. It might surprise you to know that I have 20 windows open and most of them are to M365 May, so it's very handy that I can just grab it and pop it into the chat.
Myself with the same problem.
Emma says, thank you. What prompted you guys to do Power Platform Pub Quiz? This is the first time, yes? Yeah,
so it was actually myself and Alice Drummond who got chatting about this. So it was kind of like, oh, COVID's really sad and all the events are going virtual, it's not the same. And then we're thinking of what to do and there's so much education out there. I was like, we just need to do something fun. Because if I have to look and watch someone on a video teach me things, I'm just going to cry. So we were having a chat on the phone and I sat down on this rock in my local park, which we've christened the Thought Rock. And these ideas just came out of nowhere. It was like, oh my God, we could do like a quiz, like a pub quiz, but online. And then anyone can join in. And it all just spiraled from there. Like Alice's enthusiasm, her and Christian, like, they just like, because I come up with these ideas, then I go, no, it won't work. So then they were like, no, this is amazing. We need to run with it. And then we got Greg Nash involved. He's like also a Power BI king and also does a lot of live streams. So he's been great for advice. We got Mark Smith involved because he's done pub quizzes in real life. So I was picking his brains to get some advice. And hopefully it's the start of something rather than just a one-hit wonder. We hope that it can become something that's going to be monthly, bi-monthly. We're going to spread it across the world and yeah, bring people together, even though we are maybe stuck inside and sick of looking at screens. We thought it could be a bit of fun.
Brilliant. Well, I hope you do it again because for some reason I don't have time to go this month. Um, um,
I wonder why.
I know, silly me. Thank you so much for your session. You know, I've seen it before and I thought it was amazing, and I thought it was amazing seeing it again. So very much appreciate your time. Thank you for being part of M365 May. And we will sign off now because there's no more questions.
Great, thank you everyone for joining, and thank you, Rebecca, for hosting. Much appreciated.